Hello everyone, my name is Berk and this video is the last part of my assignment 3 for creating web applications unit. In this section I will be demonstrating the accessibility and security assessment of my website. I will begin by using the Web Accessibility Checker to test my web pages, discuss how my site meets the 4 WCAG principles, and then explain two security guidelines from the OWASP Web Security Testing Guide and how I applied them in my project. So let's start with the accessibility testing. I use the Web Accessibility Evaluation tool, which checks whether the website meets the WCAG standards or not. So this is my web page, and you can see my web extension here. So let me start with my home page. So when I click on the wave extension, you can see that I have no errors, but one alert. So that's a good thing. And the products page, again, I'm clicking on my extension and you can see that I have no errors and I only have one alert again. This is my inquiry page. As you can see, I have no errors, but two alerts. This is my about page. As you can see, I have no errors again, but I have one errors and one alert. So enhancement page, you can see that I have no errors again, but one alert. This is my enhancements to page, again no errors, but one alert. This is my PHP enhancements page. I have no errors, but one alert. And lastly, my manager page. You can see that I have no errors, but I have three alerts on this page. So as you can see, the wave report shows zero errors. So which means that my page meets the essential accessibility requirements. Although I have some warnings on my pages, we can say that they are suggestions rather than errors. So to be honest, when I when I was developing this website, I used a background image. But after installing the Wave extension and running through my pages, I saw that I have contrast errors in all my pages. So I had to remove the background image, and instead of that, I put background color, and I had to change a lot of things. For example, you can see my manager page. So the headings for my columns used to be a dark blue, but right now they're very light blue. And this button used to be a dark gray. Now it's a very shiny green. Shiny green, yeah. So mm, part of that, I also added alt text to my images. So screen readers can describe what the image is. And I also make sure that my form inputs has label tags on them. And I check the color contrast, as I told you before. And I structure my pages with the clear headings. Let me show you. So I have H1, H2, and H3 headings. And I also make sure that I can use my website with both mouse and my keyboard. So I'm using my mouse at the moment, but when I click on the tab button, you can see that I can navigate through my menu. So let me talk about the WCAG principles. And first of that is perceivable. So information is presented in ways users can perceive. So achieve this by adding alternative text for images, ensuring sufficient color contrast, and providing clear headings and text. The second one is operable. The website can be operated using both mouse and the keyboard, as I showed you before. The third one is it should be understandable. So my content and navigation are consistent and easy to follow. Also, my form fields have clear labels and error messages. The last one is robust. So in my website, it uses valid HTML5 and follows semantic structure, making it compatible with different browsers and assistive technologies like screen readers. So for the security part, I refer to the OWASP Web Security Testing Guide, and I will explain two parts of it. So first one will be input validation. This guideline ensures that all user input is properly checked before being processed or stored. So without the input validation, attackers could inject malicious code such as like SQL injection or JavaScript codes. And in my project, I use PHP's built-in filtering functions to sanitize and validate user inputs. And the second one is authentication and session management. So this guideline focuses on securely managing user sessions to prevent session hijacking or unauthorized access. Even though on my website I didn't include any full login system, but I used some PHP sessions to handle temporary user data. And if the website included login functionality, I would also ensure passwords, and those passwords will be hashed, and HTTPC is used for secure data transmission. So let me show you my references here. So those are my references. And for conclusion, in summary, my website meets accessibility requirements under WCAG 2.1 and passes the Wave tool with zero errors. I also implemented basic security measures following the OWASP guidelines to ensure safe and secure handling of user input and sessions. So thank you for listening to me.